apart from the growing number of fashion events here in Rwanda, what do you think are the other indicators that this industry is actually growing?
This industry is very growing very fast. Still, there's some challenges, but the industry is growing up. Right, for example, Rwanda Cultural Fashion Show, we've been in the industry for 6 years. So this is going to be our 6th edition. So we have worked with established designers and upcoming designers. So many people, they are profiting from the industry. Right.
Yeah. So you say for the last 6 years you've been doing this Rwanda Cultural Fashion event with an aim of what? What do you usually aim to achieve out of this fashion event?
Yeah, actually our goal is to promote fashion designers and create awareness of the talent and the quality design in Rwanda. We also support in development of this country, because ourselves, we invest money into fashion events. So we give jobs to runway models, we give jobs to protocol, photographer, filmmakers. So our aim is to support well-being of people.
Okay, let's talk money, because you actually mentioned that as far as investment is concerned. How much do you put in this kind of events, and sort of how much comes out of it if we're looking at breaking even in this kind of events?
Since 6 years, I can say we have been invested like 50 million Rwanda francs. So our income, always we have a fashion house, so where we collect clothes from different designers. So we sell them, and we take percentage. Another way is how to work with the companies, big companies, because when you have an event, we have audience, and some companies, they want to send a message to people. So we partner with companies who want to send a message. We gather people, they send a message. So we get money from selling from designers, money from the audience members, and money from the companies who want to do announcement, publicity for their new products.
Right, because Rwanda actually is really pushing for made in Rwanda, actually using most of the products that people like you are actually designing. But the challenge has always been production, large-scale production. You know, most of the time there is a notion that you only produce in small quantities. So how much or what needs to be done for you to actually produce more, to accelerate the production of your items?
Yeah, I think one thing is that also fashion designers, they have to understand what is the industry and what the requirements. Because, for instance, if you say made in Rwanda, for us, if you take a Chinese shirt, for example, and you add something kitenge, then you call it made in Rwanda. That's not made in Rwanda. So they have to understand there is creativity.
So what is made in Rwanda in your definition?
So made in Rwanda, in my definition, is it's something made from here, but also connect with culture of Rwanda. So I believe, I mean, someone who created the shirt, there is a formula. There is no you can create another shirt. So every shirt will be either the arm will be long or too short, but there should be fabrics. So that's what we also try to find. Even kitenge is not from here. So kitenge is planted from China, it's planted from West Africa. So made in Rwanda to me is when Rwandan designers sit and create and find original fabric. Like we say something like, for example, in Uganda we say Ankara from Ghana. We have something from India. So we need to find original fabric
from Rwanda.
From fast, yes.
Which seems to make us feel that we might never get there then, because Rwanda has 0 hectares planting cotton, which actually is a raw material for these fabrics. 80% of the raw materials that you use in the fashion industry is actually imported. Yeah. So we seem to be far from actually getting to made in Rwanda, right? Is this what you're saying?
I think there is another side of investment. Like some designers, they for having getting fabrics. So you may order fabrics from Italy, right? But when you bring them here in Rwanda, try to do some changes. Don't take fabric from China and you bring it here.
And then you call it made in Rwanda.
You call it made in Rwanda. So, but I believe the creativity behind that fabric, that really made the clothes to be called made in Rwanda.
Right. I would have wished to continue on that particular line, but let me just move real quick. The models and the other people who are playing in this particular industry, do you think the market is big enough to actually sustain them and make the runaway, which they usually use as their playground, to be something that is a source of their bread and butter? Do you think the industry is big enough to sustain them?
No. Because if you consider the way models they get money, there's no big events here, and as you have mentioned, our events, we don't actually pay a lot. For example, for us, we may pay like 100 USD per each model, or maybe 150. So there is a big events are not many, so they still need some jobs created to support the models. We need fashion houses to use models. We need big companies to use models to do advertisements.
How are you creating that demand for yourselves? How are you doing that? I mean, what sort of roles are you doing?
Yeah, for us, we have been created a website for 4 years. So we are trying to take models and we find them jobs. Not only do fashion shows, but also do other jobs related with marketing, advert on billboards, and we have used some models in some areas, and they have found that it is possible that jobs can be created to support models, not only fashion shows.
Right. Not